Previously on Titletown, Texas.
In this community, me being the quarterback, I definitely have an important role. And people expecting me to get the team where they need to be, it's definitely a lot of pressure.
For the sixth time in 8 years, they are state champion Bearcats with a perfect 16-0 record.
This is a story you can tell till the day you die.
Winning state was the happiest moment of my life.
I still just can't really believe it. People see me and say, "Why are you grinning?" I said, if you were in my body and looking out of my eyes, you'd be grinning too.
In the beginning, we said we weren't the biggest, the strongest, the fastest, but we were the baddest.
Winning a state championship in this state is doing something very, very special. It'll mean more to you, I think, as the older you get. We've done it a few times around here, and sometimes people can kind of take that for granted. Man, it is special. It is so very special. It's hard running you seniors out of here, but we're cramped for time. I don't like having to do this to you, but it is what it is. There's bigger and better things out there for you. But you're going to get married someday, and you're going to have kids someday. And then you'll understand what I'm talking about. If you get out there anytime, ever, no matter where you are, and you need something, you can always call. You can always call. I mean that. And we'll do whatever we can. I promise. You know, no matter where you're at, where you are in your life, what's going on. You're always a Bearcat. Always welcome here. You're a state champion. You're going to get your name on a rock out there that's going to be there for the rest of your life. We had 3 7th grade teams, 3 8th grade teams, 2 9th grade teams, 2 JV teams, and a varsity team. And we lost 1 football game out of all those teams for the year. Obviously, we're way behind most people in off season already. Younger guys, juniors, sophomores, we'll start all season the Thursday we come back. We love you. I mean that. We do. We do. I'm not ashamed to say it. Appreciate you. All right? On your feet. Here we go. Be loud. Bearcats ready. Hey.
You know, our season ended 16-0, and then I had one more game to play, and it was the Army Bowl representing Aledo.
They chose just a very few. When you think of all the people that play football in high school, and just look at the handful that are right here. And on your uniforms, it says U.S. Army on it. U.S. Army All-American.
The Army Bowl is a selection of 100 elite athletes around America who are the best of their class, and they all come together to go against each other, pretty much represent where they come from in their school. I've grown up, I've matured a lot here in Texas, you know. I've learned a lot of new things that I knew I wouldn't have learned back in California.
Chuck, you've got your family here, your mom, your stepdad, your grandfather, everyone, and 3 hats now. The moment has come for you to decide where you're going to play your college football. After all that, a tremendous story. And so we have Nebraska, and in the middle we have Michigan, and then Oklahoma is on the table. And so finally, as you take that breath, where will you play your college football?
I'll be continuing the rest of my career at University of Michigan.
The University of Michigan has just gotten a huge boost there, and I mean unbelievable.
I don't think there's ever been a player from here go play football at the University of Michigan. I'm not sure there's anyone going to play in the Big Ten. You know, I'd love to have had him longer, but I'm thankful for the time we did have with him, and he's got a very, very bright future ahead of him.
Now that football's over, I'm moving on to TCU. I start college classes, so that's going to be a little different.
I'm nervous. All right, let's go.
It makes you want to cry. You know, you have him for 4 years, you kind of get used to it.
I need you to help me with the TVs outside. Don't sigh, you big strong boy. That's what you're here for.
I played 63 high school games, won 60 of them, lost 3.
All right, let's go.
You're stripping off your Aledo logos and taking off Aledo off the front of your face mask, and it really is sad. One of the main reasons I chose TCU was it was close to home. I feel like I can really produce and succeed up front of the offensive line there early. It definitely came a lot faster than I thought it would. I'm going to be able to go into off-season with them. I'll be able to go through spring ball with them, so I'll get to learn, the system. That's one of my goals is definitely, if not starting as a freshman, getting as much playing time as possible as a freshman. If I get redshirted, I get redshirted. That's just another year to get everything underneath my belt and learn more.
I expect him to go over there and start as a true freshman just because he's that type of guy. He's that good of a football player, and he works that hard.
I'll be in a dorm room instead of, hanging out with the family, and so that's going to be a little different.
And Wes has a mindset to be the best that he can. Wes puts his mind to it. I believe Wes can go to the NFL. That's his dream. That's what he's talked about since he was in 5th grade.
He's a Horned Frog now. He's not just going to go over there and get lost in the shuffle. They'll know who Wes Harris is.
The joy was the process, and it was the grind. It was every single week being with your brothers, just giving it everything you got, and knowing that, and kind of not knowing if you're gonna make it or not. It's kind of, and then once you do, you're kind of like, well, what do I do now? Like, that was my life. I mean, right now I'm still pretty heavy on the Ivy League, so definitely I've worked really hard on my academics throughout my life. I really enjoyed my visit to Dartmouth. In New Hampshire, in Hanover, it's a completely different world. Like, there's no trees out here, and there's trees everywhere. You're in the woods. You're just surrounded by a bunch of mountains and snow, and it's just it's pretty cool. Like, it's a nice change. People know Dylan Davis in Aledo, Texas, but no one knows Dylan Davis in Hanover, New Hampshire, or New York, wherever I decide to go. Growing up, you realize, oh, you're Dane's brother, you're Dathan's brother, you're Devin's brother. It's always been like that, and I'm just, that's awesome. I love my brothers, and I'm proud for people to notice that I'm their brother, because I'm proud to be their brother. But, it's an opportunity to make a name for yourself. Look at that beard too; it looks great.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
I know, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
I mean, it has nothing to do with this blonde thing up here. You can't. It's translucent. Got the job done, I guess. But dang.
Well, I'll tell you, when I moved this over, I was not intending on putting any pressure on you or anything like that. Yeah. But
it worked out.
Yeah, it worked out. I'm glad that I did. Let's go ahead and get this one up here on the wall.
Don't break it.
There we go. Let's see if we can get it and everything, get it straightened up.
Oh man. There we go.
There you go.
That's it. I'm extremely proud to call myself a Bearcat and to do what my brothers have done.
And it was almost like you worried about the pressure that was put on him because of his brothers and all the state championships that had been won in that family, and he didn't have his, and he handled it well, and he got his state championship like the rest of them. It was just, it was a perfect ending for, our quarterback, our captain, and one of the finest young men I know.
Yes, sir. On to the next chapter.
How are we going to replace Wes Harris? How are we going to replace Chuck Filiaga? How are we going to replace Dylan Davis? And the kids coming up, the juniors to be seniors, they want to replace them. They want to be the next man.
I've just been wanting to get back and get in there in that weight room, get back in off season. It's someone else's opportunity now.
My senior year is coming up. Obviously, have gone out to play a big role, a lot of leadership.
If you can't come in here and work out, I don't think you can go play football. The game of football is a lot tougher than this is. Let's go, Mary. Let's go, Mary.
It's a sacrifice, and it's not easy being a Bearcat.
Having a guy like James come back, to be the defensive leader that he's going to be. It's wonderful for these young guys because when the going gets tough, they know they can look to James. And I've seen it all.
Seeing those guys grow and seeing them push themselves, seeing them handle things that they didn't even know they could handle.
They're not doing anything special. They're just doing what they know, which we call the Aledo way.
You know, people talk about all the time, Aledo being Titletown, Aledo being the land of milk and honey, you know. But there's a lot of hard work. These kids put it in from first grade up. My boy being part of the third grade team. There's 2 third grade teams. Out of all the communities that were part of this North Texas Football League, the 2 Aledo teams rise to the top. Each year, there's a different Aledo team that's playing in a Super Bowl. You want to talk about intense? A third grade Super Bowl championship game was almost as tense as the state championship game that we played in. We were lucky enough that our team won the Super Bowl. It speaks to what these people out here expect and what they instill in their kids. They raise their kids to be winners.
Let's go, boys! Yeah!
Everybody wants a medal. You can hold up a medal, but these medals are going to collect dust. These medals are going to get stuck in a drawer somewhere. But that championship that you have in your heart, you know, that brotherhood that you keep, that love that you have between each other, that's special.
What they'll realize after it's over, it's not the reward of winning, and it's really the journey.
My freshman year, and that was my brother Dathan, it was his senior year. I still remember going into the locker room. You know, it was after they won the state championships. They were all just hooting and hollering. They're dancing in the locker room. They're having the best time ever. Coach Buck, he told them, you know, don't let winning a state championship be the greatest thing you do in your life. You're in the spotlight, you know, all eyes are on you and like on everyone. And then once it happens, you know, you can enjoy it for that moment, but then life moves on.